Hello, we're team number 3 and we're going to talk about the representation of a graph's data. So now Ceci is going to explain to us histograms and graph bar.
The next topic is bar graph, also called bar chart. This type of chart represents the data using different types of bars in different heights. The data is placed as it is a good way to show relative sizes. For example, in this graph, the data displayed here is the types of movies gathered from a survey. Here it shows comedy 4 persons, drama 6, action 2, science fiction 8, love 4. It's important that in the bar graph you make sure that you leave a space between the bars so the data is not mixed. The following topic is histogram. A histogram is a plot that lets you discover and show the underlying frequency distribution of a set of continuous data. It's important to know that it's continuous because the bars are not separated. This allows the inspection of the data for its underlying distribution. This is an example of a histogram that shows the age. Right here, it's 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60. The thing right here on the side is the frequency that are in intervals 1.5, 2.5, 3.5, and 4.5. How do you construct a histogram? To construct a histogram, you need to split the data into intervals called bins. Then the age has to be split into bins. This represents a 10-age period.
Now Fatima is going to explain to us the box and whiskers diagram and the stem and leaf diagram.
Stem and leaf plot is a great idea to help you distribute your data. The stem will be represented as your leading value. As you can see, 1, 2, and 3. The leaves will be other type of values. For example, here we have 15, 17, 18, and again 18. So the leaf will be your 5, your 7, 8, and as you can see, 8 is repeated, so you put again the 8. In the 20s, you have a 0, a 3, a 6, and again a 6. And in the 30s, you have a 1 and a 2. So as you can see, these are the leaves, and it helps you distribute your data in an easier way and in a most visual way. Box and whisker. So this helps you to see an overall picture of the whole data and the shape of distribution. So the first thing you need to do is put these numbers in an order and select the median. So the median will be your second quartile. So in this case, the median is 5. So 5 will be your second quartile because you have 3 numbers to the left and 3 numbers to the right. So then you select the median of this set of numbers. So in this case, it will be 4. So 4 is your first quartile. Then, in this set of numbers, the 12 will be your third quartile. So then, we will put a line in the 5, that will be your second quartile, a line in the 4, that will be your first quartile, and a line in the 12, that will be your third quartile. So then you connect all the points. So this will be your box. Then finally we need to put the whiskers. So the whiskers will be a line segment from the minimum and to the maximum. So here your minimum point will be 3 because it's the least number in the set of numbers. So 3, you will put a number and connect with a segment. And finally, you will put a point in the 14 because it's your maximum point, your maximum number, and then we will connect. So here are the whiskers, and this is a box.
Now I am going to explain the pie chart diagram. A pie chart is also called a 360-degree graph. This graph is a representation of a series of quantities consisting of a circle divided into several sectors or slices, whose size corresponds to the proportions of the quantities. The data in this graph are generally entered in percentages. To make the graph, the data are needed. So now, let's construct an example. For this example, I asked 40 people what their favorite color was. Now, let's see it all drawn up and see how we can construct a label chart and our pie chart. On the left side, we can see all the color that were optioned, and each frequency represents each person, which in total is 40 people. So now we're going to do a little formula, which is 100% divided by the 40 people, which gives us 2.5. This means that each person represents 2.5% of our chart. So now we're going to multiply all the frequencies, meaning each people, times the percentage it represents. So for example, 10 times 2.5 equals 25% of the whole chart. So this gives us in total 100%. Now here's our pie chart with every space distributed as the amount of percentage each represents. What you can do with this now is color code every section so you can really see the difference between each one. And here, for example, because I'm working with the same color, I decided to do a different design in every section. And that is it. You have your pie chart completed.